Okay, the next one we're gonna watch is Guilliman's Grief. Now, I don't know if we're watching this out of order, necessarily. If we are, I'm sorry, but we're gonna watch this. Okay. Guilliman's Grief. My grief, you mean, after today?
Rabute Guilliman settled heavily into his new throne.
Oh.
The Primarch had dispatched all of his attendants and advisors, even sending his honor guard to wait outside the sanctum. At last, he could allow a little of his sorrow, trauma, and pain to show.
Oh.
And Guilliman let his mask drop with a sigh of relief. Whatever had been done to bring him back, it had left the Primarch with a constant, gnawing ache that radiated from deep within.
Oh no.
He suspected that the pain would never leave him.
Was he right?
Physical hurts were the least of Guilliman's troubles. One by one, the Primarch had spoken with each of the Celestinians, the Lords of the Ultramarines, and even Ivrain of the Inari.
Oh, his Eldar
Days had
girlfriend.
been spent in deep, earnest conversation. Guilliman using every iota of his statesman's guile to set his guests at ease, to tease from them as much information as he could, and to hide his reactions to their words. Guilliman had thanked each of his visitors for their insight and their service to the Imperium, inwardly assessing each of his guests and showing them whatever aspect of his personality was surest to render them sympathetic and voluble. Though he had not shown it, each fresh revelation struck the Primarch like a cannon shell. He was exhausted from staving off bewilderment and horror, hollowed out by pain. Guilliman groaned and placed his head in his hands, his new suit of armor hissing and humming with the motion. Millennia has passed, he murmured, unsure to whom he spoke. He knew only that he had to vocalize his situation before it drove him mad. Not for the first time since his return, Guilliman wished for one of his brothers to speak with. They, at least, might have understood.
Wait. Wait. Guilliman's the first one to come back, right? Or like, technically everyone else is like MIA? Everyone else is MIA, right? So he is alone. Oh no. He's alone in this fucked up universe with nobody to help him. So this is like, so he's just really lonely in this moment then. Oh no. That's why he's like going crazy, because he has no one that he can like talk to and like empathize with. This is so sad. The lion's back. No, I mean the lion's back now, but in this particular moment, he's by himself, right? It's no one else is back. No Emperor, no brothers, no Malkador, just him. No wonder bro's like traumatized and mind broken. I'd be too. What the hell? This is so sad. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be pausing these videos. I keep pausing them. I'm sorry. The realization's kind of hitting me that like, holy shit, there's so many like depths and so many layers to this situation. It's like, my goodness, like he is alone. He is not, he doesn't have anyone. Yeah, and then he has to come back and fix the Imperium because it's not functioning the way he likes. And he's by himself and he has to do it all on his own. Like, oh, no wonder bro's mind broken. Shit, I'd be mind broken too. Guys, this is so fucked up and evil.
Thousands of years, he said. And look what has become of them.
No.
Of us. Idolatry, ignorance, suffering and squalor. In the name of a god who never desired the title. Guilliman shook his head and stood. pacing across the chapter master's sanctum to stare up at the banners hanging on the western wall. Each was the height of an Imperial knight, a cascade of masterfully woven cloth depicting the glories of the Ultramarines, slain alien beasts, executed heretic despots, worlds saved and worlds burned. The chapter's proud iconography was much in evidence, but so was the Aquila of the Imperium. And there, presiding over several of the heraldic designs, a figure with throne and halo who must surely be the Emperor.
Oh.
We failed, Father.
Oh no!
Said Guilliman, his words tired and leaden with sorrow. You failed your sons, and we, in our turn, failed you.
Oh no!
And now, to compound our arrogance and vainglory, we have failed all of them too. Did Horus not say that you sought godhood? He built a rebellion upon that claim. How he would gloat to see the Imperium now! Anger surged through the Lord of Ultramar, and he clenched his fists with the effort of self-restraint. He imagined destroying his chamber, tearing it apart and hurling its wreckage around like a wild beast. He dare not.
Oh.
Lest these strangers in his chapter's livery see through his facade. Though he wrestled with despair, the Primarch knew that he could not let his weakness show. Calgar,
Oh god, you had to lock in.
Gurius, Agamon, all the others. They looked at him as though he were the Emperor himself. Guilliman was painfully aware of his symbolic quality, and how desperate and dark the hour had become. He must show nothing but strength to his Gene sons, lest his despair taint their hearts too.
Oh, he had to lock in for them.
And yet, would it really matter? He sighed, turning his back on the banners and pacing across the chamber to stare through a stained glass window. Out there, across the war-torn immensity of the fortress of Hera, Guilliman saw the sweeping bulwark where his old chambers had once been. They had belonged to his father, even before him. He had laid his plans there, spoken to his brothers, laughed and raged, and on one occasion almost died.
Oh.
Now they were gone, buried beneath ugly agglomerations of buttressing and gun batteries. It was apt, he thought bitterly. Guilliman's anger spilled over, and he span on his heel, staring up at the woven Emperor with accusing eyes. Why do I still live? He snarled. What more do you want from me? I gave everything I had to you, to them. Look what they've made of our dream. This bloated, rotting carcass of an empire is driven not by reason and hope, but by fear, hate, and ignorance. Better that we had all burned in the fires of Horus's ambition than lived to see this.
God.
Even as he said it, Guilliman heard the lie in his words. Amongst his brothers, none had been more idealistic than Rabute Guilliman. None had envisioned a brighter future. Not just for mankind, but also for the warriors of the legions Astartes. That flame of hope that had been a part of him for as long as he had lived. Even now, as it was smothered by darkness and woe, Guilliman realized that his flame endured. There's still hope, he told himself, turning back to the window and placing one armored palm against it. He stared out at the work gangs laboring to repair the damage of war, and the Ultramarines stood proud and determined upon the ramparts, They had been born into this dark millennium and had known nothing but the hardship, suffering, and despair of unending conflict. Yet still, they struggled on unbowed, despite the countless enemies ranged against them.
Damn.
Guilliman had seen a better age, one of hope and triumph. What right had he, a superhuman son of the Emperor himself, to show any less strength and courage than his followers born in darkness? Guilliman had seen what humanity could achieve. Moreover, he knew what fruits Call's labors had borne beneath the surface of Mars. He believed that a better future for the Imperium was still possible, but only if those who tormented mankind were first defeated.
Damn.
All of this misery, said Guilliman, all of this suffering and pain, it is not the doing of humanity, but of those who have betrayed us. Too long have the pawns of chaos dictated our species' fate. That must end.
Yeah.
Guilliman felt new strength fill him.
Oh.
Inspired by it, the Primarch took his pain and his desolation and locked them away deep within his mind.
Oh.
But his rage he kept. That he would have use for. Later there would be time to mourn, to reason, to plan anew. Now was the time to fight, and to make his father's enemies pay for every horror they had inflicted upon the Imperium.
God. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that was also a very, like, sobering, that was also, like, a very sobering story, because it's, like, if you really, really, really think about it, right? Like, yeah, we do joke a lot about how, you know, Robute Guilliman, like, he came back and realized the Imperium was, like, really fucked up and he had to lock in, but they are half human after all, right? And, like, him realizing that, like, he was the last symbol of, like, the Emperor, right? And him having to lock in for everyone despite feeling, like, alone, despite feeling, like, guidanceless. It was... No, I know he doesn't stand alone anymore, but in this moment, this is so fucking sad, dude. This is actually really fucking sad.